everyone, and welcome back to episode number 3 of the Alliance Review Spot. So in the background are my current books that are for sale and trade. I did finally trade the manga book, Yoma Washu Metal or Petal or whatever. But I just wanted to go over a couple of small things before we get started, and it's for the next month. So I finally got a lot of things planned for our countdown to Christmas. And this year, instead of doing a giveaway in each video, we're going to do a giveaway drawing in each video. And none of the videos are going to be edited, so it's going to be with our little tin, and I'm not going to do like favorite quotes or like favorite comments to say, not really quotes, and all of that for these 24 videos. But we'll start back to normal come January and do our normal giveaway videos. And this is just to help me catch up, because I do believe that the next couple of giveaways are mostly going to be packs. So I'll try to get them shipped out by the end of the month or the beginning of the next month once we get all of them drawn. That way, if I'm going to ship like 2 or 3 packs to one person, I don't have to just consistently be shipping that out there. Or as long as I have the global stamps, I might ship some of them out pretty quickly. It just depends. But for this particular video, we're going to do a book review of the Undercover Lover. And this is by Heather Allison. So that book will be eventually added to the sale and trade pile. But anyways, just going to make sure there isn't anything else I want to add, because I'm not going to edit this video either. I'm trying to make it to where when the countdown to Christmas starts, the videos just go up. So there won't be much editing in those videos, but like I said, come January we should get back to our normal edited videos and hopefully a more normal schedule for video uploads. So yes, I don't think there's anything else to add to that. If you have any questions, you can just leave comments below. So each day I'm going to do a 25 countdown to Christmas again. And I'm going to open things on some days. I might read some from a book on some days. I've got some freebies too that I want to share with you guys, and if they are still available, I will leave the link in the description so you guys can go get you some freebies. So just stay tuned and be ready for a bunch of stuff to be opened or, like I said, read, reviewed, etc. So let's just get started. Undercover Lover is a book that follows a reporter called Kate who is trying to expose an affair of an actress, Fiona, that caused drama in her own life. While trying to spy on Fiona, she tries to go over the wall of, I guess, like the building that they're staying in. Can't really remember where this was in the beginning. I should have looked that up. And is chased up the wall by some dogs, or like she hears them and she's getting kind of scared and stuff, and a mysterious guy tries to help her. He drives by and he's like, come on, get in the car, and she doesn't trust him, obviously. I mean, if a random guy drives by you and you don't know who they are and they're like, get in the car, are you gonna get in the car? Probably not. So anyways, she goes inside and then dogs end up chasing her to the front. She's trying to get over or open the front and she doesn't know what to do, because if she calls somebody, and then she's going to risk letting them know that, you know, she trespassed and whatnot. Jester, nobody wants to see your booty on that camera. Watch it, you little boy. So anyways, the police are coming up, and she pretty much has no choice but to go with this guy. The guy helps her get over the wall, and then she ends up riding with him. Well, anyway, she learns that this guy is Max, a very famous, he wasn't really a reporter. Like, he was a reporter, but he was like a famous reporter, one that would actually go and take pictures like across seas and stuff. And she couldn't believe it was the guy. She was like, there's no way that you're Max Hunter, this famous dude. But anyways, Max ends up following Fiona as well. So Kate and Max end up, you know, sticking together through this journey. And she ends up learning from this moment forward that Max would help her get this scandalous photo of Fiona and become a financial supporter of the idea behind it. So that's just the general basis of what this book's about. And to me personally, I found it kind of boring. Like, there were good things and there were bad things. But to me, this was definitely a boring book. But anyways, the storyline is relevant with the settings. So they travel to many luxurious places to spy on Fiona. So the luxury and where she works and how it's trying, how she's trying to get her break as a reporter. You know, Max helps her become more assertive with her travels, and just like the description behind the luxury of the places that they're going and stuff, that does work with the setting. So I give that a 7 out of 10. So the setting itself, like, that was the storyline and the relevance of it. So I gave that a 7 out of 10 because, you know, like, that does make sense. But for the setting itself, it is descriptive and it changes with each place they go. But normally the consistency is high pricey hotels, airplane rides, and just really authentic places that they stay at. And normally the places that they stay are either, you know, in the vicinity of Fiona or literally across from Fiona. And then, you know, the description of how they're going to get into these places is normally really detailed. So the description and the setting, you know, I gave that an 8 out of 10 because it is pretty decent. So the cover art to me is actually pretty funny. Like, I don't know, it just seems funny to me. It showcases Max and Kate's love for one another. He's extremely nice to her and he waits on her, wants her to be comfortable. So I think that the picture of this embodies that. But one thing that we never see in the cover that is very prevalent throughout the entire novel is the reporting aspects and, you know, what they're doing. I mean, like, it's pretty nice. As it's a pretty well thought out. You can tell that the picture shows brush strokes, so it was probably painted, and there's a different type of style there. But one thing that would have been kind of interesting is if they had taken a scene from the book, because I don't really relate to this as a scene in the book, but it would have been cool if they had taken a scene from the book, one of the funny parts, and painted that into the cover. I think that would have been really nice. So for that, I gave it a 6 out of 10. But to me, because some of the style and the things that were used in the book just seemed boring, the style to me felt flat. And the only reason for that, like, yes, the description is nice, and, you know, some of the things were kind of comical, and I thought that was a positive thing on the style. But I did feel like some of the things that happened were kind of unbelievable. And also the drama that happens between the traveling and all that, it just seems repetitive. So one thing that I felt in this novel is that everything was just too repetitive for me. And even though there was some good description and comedy, it just did not outweigh the repetitiveness of it. So I gave it a 4 out of 10 for that, because it just didn't work for me. But then we come to the character development. And again, I don't know what it is, but for some reason with these romance novels, the character development seems to be like one of the most, you know, I guess, developed part of the novel. So Kate starts out as just being this reporter that does the same stuff, goes about discovering things to report on in the same way. But I feel like by spending time with Max, the weird guy, that she becomes more assertive in what she does, and she starts looking for new ways to get into places, and she gets to experience new things. And then she also begins to open her heart to him when she had pretty much been cold for a long time. I can't really remember what happened, but it seems like there was some kind of drama with her love in the beginning before Max even entered her life. But she starts to become more like a person instead of a robot, just following orders and doing the same things over and over, being bored. So Kate does develop from that, going into being a strong woman, and falls for Max, who strengthens her good qualities and helps her determine some of the bad qualities that she has. But Max also grows, and from Kate as well. He becomes more open and tries to become himself and learn how to become an effective reporter. And I think, honestly, he just uses this to get close to Kate. So I gave that a 7 out of 10 because that development part was pretty good. The other characters are, they're decently developed too. You see Fiona kind of have like one of her mad, obsessional type art episodes where she goes out of line and just starts like screaming and just doing crazy stuff. But we move on to theme, and I really think the theme is about change because a lot of it does focus on Kate and Max's ability to change and how they kind of adapt, and then they become kind of closer in that aspect too. So I feel like it's kind of like people can change, but it has to be something that they want and are ready for, and that Kate and Max help each other achieve those types of wants and becoming ready. So they have to be willing to accept that advice or change, or it kind of won't help them much, and you can just apply that to people in general. And also that we have to work hard to get where we want to be, or be smart about it. And I do think that Max kind of shows Kate, just be more intelligent about what you're doing to get what you want. So I gave that a 6 out of 10. Then the description, again, this is just general description. It does strengthen the story, especially with the scenery and about how the pictures are taken and what they do to reach that. And, certain situations are more descriptive than others. But there are some places that do feel flat and just feel repetitive. Just, okay, so they're moving over here, so now we're going to go over here. Now we're going to try to sit here and get a picture from here, and now they're going to move over here. And I mean, that does kind of pull it out, but to me, I don't know, I just was not very interested. So I gave it a 5 out of 10. The names are relatable and easy to say. Thank goodness it's not Throckmorton. I don't know, it's just crazy. They make sense for the time frame that they're used in too. So I gave that an 8 out of 10. And then as far as the title goes, I don't know, to me it feels kind of flat. I'm not really sure that there is some significance in it, and it does fit, but I just personally dislike it, so I gave it a 3 out of 10, because at least it fits, but that's about it for me. And then the dialogue seems somewhat realistic, but sometimes it can seem kind of stupid when the drama begins. But when you think about it, when there is a lot of drama in what people are saying, a lot of the time we do say stupid things, so I guess that can be kind of relatable. So I think sometimes it's really good, and then sometimes it does feel kind of unrealistic. But I guess that also depends on the person and whatnot. But I gave that a 7 out of 10. So that gives us an average of 6.1 out of 10 for this particular novel. So I'm going to do a small excerpt and then stop here. And then I'll start getting ready for our other ones, so that'll be kind of exciting. We'll just do the prologue. Be simple. A global celebrity exclusive. We were there. Actress Fiona Ferguson's wedding. Stars galore. Photos inside. At Miss Ferguson's express invitation, global celebrity photographers captured her nuptials to wealthy Chicago businessman Winthrop Perrine. The two reportedly met just 6 weeks ago at a Hollywood charity gala underwritten by Xavier Group, of which Perrine is CEO. Just after the ceremony, Fiona, flashing a 5-carat diamond engagement ring, close up on page 2, gazed adoringly at her husband. At last, I found my true love. The 73-year-old Perrine refused to comment on the 4-decade difference in their ages, though when asked about his wife's reputation for falling in love with her leading men, he declared, "I'm her leading man now." So I'm thinking that this is an excerpt from one of the journals, magazines or whatever, that they're putting that type of stuff onto. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoy this episode, and to enter into the monthly mystery box, tell me what you think about I guess what I told you about this. What do you think about this particular novel? I don't know. I mean, I know that some of you guys like romance novels, so maybe you would like it. I'm not really sure. But stay tuned for our next review, which will probably either be Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone or The Covenant. So until next time, you guys have a great week and stay tuned for our 25 count. Well, yeah, 25 count day. 24 countdown to Christmas. So +1 for Christmas Day. But I think you guys will really enjoy the series that is yet to come.